This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I'm Naveen. You guys didn't see that, but I got kind of animated, and it made Cheney laugh.
Naveen animated Copperweiss.
You know what I thought was a cool thing about this podcast? Like when I say something right away. When it starts,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's it going to be? What's the first thing that I'm going to say? Do you feel that same way?
Well, I thought the first thing that you say is, this is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I know, but after that.
Oh, no, I only think about just saying my name, and then I'm like, well, from here I'm going to wing it.
Well, I'm kind of like, how's this going to go? Like, what's the first thing I'm going to say?
And now we've been thinking that for 100 episodes.
Oh, what's going on? Dude.
And we're back.
Yeah.
All right, so as usual, if you guys want to hit up the Golden Lobster hotline, because that's right, we have a phone number and a hotline now that you can
Golden
call.
Lobster hotline. So we thought of two things. One, the so-called fans of the podcast are now Golden Lobsters.
The Golden Lobsters. And
if you don't know the reasoning behind that, then you got to go listen to episode 98.
That's right. It's a newly anointed
And I think that one is called Golden Lobster Hotline.
Oh, yep.
And then two, you can call in now. Yeah,
now you can call in, and the number is 615-420-7342. Did you do that on purpose?
I mean, you can't like choose your number, but you can scroll through them for like a long time until
and then
you see.
Find 420.
And like I was scrolling and scrolling, and I was like, all right, 420, that's shit. Like, it would have been cooler to have like 420, like 1111 or something like that, but we didn't get that.
Also, if you guys are watching the podcast, then you can see this wonderful new camo hat on Naveen's head.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's an Entheos hat. We just put it up for sale. Go grab it from our big cartel, which we run ourselves.
Band Run.
And aside from that, I wanted to announce. Well, I guess it was announced last week, but I want to just tell you guys our tour dates for the summer. We're hitting up some places that we didn't go to on Tech Trek.
That's right.
You may have seen us on Tech Trek a month ago with Archspire.
If
we did not see you, you may see us in late July, early August with Oceano and Worm Shepherd. And that it starts on July 29th in West Chicago. The 30th in Minneapolis, 31st in Indianapolis, and then we have a day off, August 1st.
So where are we going? Day off. What's going on, guys?
Probably swimming pool day.
Yeah.
8/2 in Frederick, August 3rd, Pittsburgh.
Frederick, Virginia.
Frederick, Maryland. Is there a Frederick, Virginia?
Frederick
is in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay. Mm-hmm. I thought there was a Frederick, Virginia as well.
I don't know about that.
Anyway.
August 3rd, Pittsburgh. August 4th, Albany, New York. August 5th, a place we've never played and I've honestly never heard of, Horseheads, New York. So
that's the one in Brooklyn?
No, the next one is, the 6th is in Brooklyn. The 7th is in Columbus, Ohio. And the 13th, we're not playing that show. So that's the last one.
That's it. So it's like 9 days or something like that?
Yeah, it's 9 days with a day off. I like that kind of tour.
Yeah, so that's what nice. We're calling. I wouldn't really even call that a tour. You know what I would call that? A run.
Yeah, it's a little run.
Yeah, that's what you call that.
You know when people get on those 2-day tours that are just only in the state they live in, and they're like, dude, we're going on
tour. It's like 2 shows in the weekend.
It's 2 shows.
I believe we did talk about this at length on some episode.
On a different episode.
Yeah, I remember us talking about this.
I don't care. I don't care what you call your run. I don't care what you call your string of shows that you're playing at all. But I'm just saying.
If it's 2 shows, it's not a tour.
It's not a tour.
Can you make a shirt?
What is the definition of tour?
I think the definition of tour is enough dates to fill up the back of a shirt. You know, I mean, you can't make a shirt with 2 days on the back.
Yeah, but dude, if I just use my Photoshop skills, I can make 2 dates look really good on the back of a shirt by themselves.
How?
Just use size 100.
Yeah, okay. That would be funny. I dare a band to do that.
Please, and if you do, I'll buy the shirt from you.
Yeah.
So
or I will at least take one for free and wear it on the podcast.
I would gladly take one for free. I'll send you our P.O. box and just.
Actually, speaking of free shirts, we got sent some shirts from Vampire Clothing.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
they're super sick. The quality is amazing.
Very nice quality. Although they are Japanese.
Yeah.
And this is an XL. So.
Oh, yeah.
I might need
For the
like
record,
he
didn't even ask us to promote it on the podcast.
Yeah,
They're just that comfortable.
But I was going to say, if your band or person has cool shirts and you want to fly them my way, I'll wear them. If they look cool, then I will wear one and possibly potentially talk about it on the podcast.
Only if they look cool?
Well, yeah. I'm not going to wear a shirt that I don't think looks cool.
What's a shirt that doesn't look cool?
A shirt that doesn't look cool is one that's, I don't know, one from Hot Topic.
I'm sure dude, we went to Hot Topic last week because I had to get a new nose ring. Because
I found nose rings, by the way.
Where?
In the van.
Whoa.
So we actually didn't have to go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing about having a nose ring is that sometimes in the middle of the night, I'll like itch my nose and it'll fall out while I'm asleep. Yeah. So I'll wake up the next morning and my piercing will be gone. And also then I'm going to have to like re-pierce my nose because it closes really quickly.
Ouch.
So it hurts me a lot. I don't know. Having a nose ring.
It seems like a lot of work.
Do the cons outweigh the pros?
I think it seems like a lot of work if you're the type of person who's going to lose your nose ring.
Pro, you look cool. Con, you rip it out in the middle of the night, and you rip it out all the time.
And then you have to double time it over to Hot Topic.
Con, going to Hot Topic.
Yeah. So the last
con. It hurts when you re-pierce it, and you might start having water roll out of your eyeballs.
But that piercing's seen some shit. I mean, your accident.
Yeah.
They didn't remove the piercing, right?
No. What? Oh, yeah.
When you got in your accident, yeah.
When I got in a scooter accident, so if you guys don't know, there's an episode you can go back and listen to it.
Golden Lobsters know what's up.
If you're a Golden Lobster, you probably know what's up. But last August, I got into a really bad scooter accident, and it knocked my nose to the side and ripped open my upper lip.
It splayed your
my
fucking nose open.
It splayed this horrifying. Like the under part of the middle section of my nose. I don't know what that's called. But so I woke up the day after having surgery and being in the hospital for 24 hours, and I was like, surely I'm going to have no nose piercing anymore. But he left it in.
He's like, you know
what? Good old doc.
There you go. I'm going to leave you that little nose ring.
The doc was like, all right, she's already lost her nose looking like it did before, so we're not going to have her lose that piercing.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah,
that's the story of the piercing.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Hot Topic. That's the shirts from Hot Topic.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they have Cannibal Corpse shirts.
They have Cannibal shirts.
But the thing is, I feel like it's
not my favorite Cannibal shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Cannibal shirt. I'm not going to say anything bad about it.
It's probably a PG version of a Cannibal shirt.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, Cannibal will have, like, just the craziest, like, gutted person on the front of their shirts.
Which aren't really my type of shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that stuff being on the cover. My type of shirt is black and white.
Mine, too.
For starters.
Yeah.
It's got a metal logo.
Right.
Preferably illegible.
Yes.
And then a black and white image of some sort.
I like
on the front or the back.
I like the mixture of red and white on shirts as well.
I'm less likely to wear a shirt if it has any color on it at all.
I usually get about as adventurous as white and red. Other than that, I just like a plain white shirt or a plain white logo as well. Or
I love a plain white logo shirt.
I know. I'm just, the older I get, the more I'm going back into classics.
I love the classics.
I'm not hating on the type of shirt at all. I'm just not one to wear like a 12 color design.
It's not really my style, although I do wear the KoperCrabb shirts.
I know, but those are cool.
Oh, you know what? I have a full color Domination Morbid Angel shirt, and I wear that thing all the time.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
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 I'm referring to like a specific kind of shirt, like ones that have like a neon, like all the splattered neon and stuff. Yeah. Lots of people love those, just not 100% my thing.
I
prefer like a pure white design.
I agree with that 100%. I just ordered a couple shirts for my birthday present to myself. a couple black metal
important
shirts.
For on every birthday that you get yourself a birthday present.
That's right. But hey,
never forget about you.
So we should get back to shirt talk because that's a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And I really like my metal shirts. But it is the 100th episode.
It is.
And the only thing good we have scheduled is that Cheney and I are going to drink a lot.
Yeah, we're going to get drunk on this 100th episode. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Because, you know, we thought about it and we were like, what is KoperCrabb really about? And what it's really about is the fucking golden lobsters.
That's right.
And so we want to, play your guys' voicemails. You guys have been leaving us hella voicemails. We want to get a little nostalgic, talk about episodes we've done. Yeah. It's been a long ride. You guys have been with us through a lot. So
it's more than a year, right? What are we looking at? 2 years?
We're at almost 3 years.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah. So
Are you serious?
A lot of shit has happened. Yeah. We started off in the barn.
Holy shit.
If you guys have been listening since the beginning.
Holy fuck, man.
If you guys have been listening since the beginning, you were with us when we lived in a barn behind Naveen's mom's house. That was the first couple of episodes.
We moved pretty shortly after that.
We did. Right? We moved like a month into starting the podcast. And then you guys were with us in the first house, the first place that Naveen and I have had on our own. Yeah. You were with us through that. And that was in Santa Cruz. And now you guys have been with us through a move to Nashville and through having our very own house. So it's been, of course, there are a lot of things in between.
Yeah, I think there was also a break at some point.
Yeah, there was like a 6 month break.
Yeah, we were like, fuck it. We don't need to talk on microphones.
Yeah. When we started the podcast, we had Entheos was a full band. We weren't signed. I guess we were coming off of Dark Future, and you guys were with us when we got signed to Metal Blade. You've been there through a lot with us, and it's really awesome that you've like listened this entire time through tours, through music, through changes in our lives. It's been really cool over the past 3 years to be able to meet people through this. Mm-hmm. I wholeheartedly believe like the tour that we just did, Tech Trek, was amazing, but it was even more amazing to be out there meeting, you guys and people from the podcast who listen to the podcast, who share this cool niche thing with us.
Very cool.
It's like, it's made the whole experience even just really cool. It's been really awesome for us, and it's cool to do this every week. It's just awesome to know that we can get on here and kind of just talk shit about whatever we want to and have our friends on occasionally, and that you guys are listening. So it's just been really awesome.
Wow, Cheney.
So we're going to take a shot.
I've got a little tear in my eye from that speech.
Yeah, through my rambling speech.
That was a
but
good
seriously, it's been incredible to do this.
It really has been fun.
Yeah.
And, well, we're saying it like it's ending, but it's not.
It's not. This is just the beginning.
I might also add that we've had a lot of cool guests over the years.
We really have.
Yeah.
We had guests through the pandemic. We had, we've had a bunch of our friends on. It's been a cool excuse to talk to people who we wouldn't have talked to otherwise.
Yeah. We got Pappy.
We actually got Shiva
Pappy's actually
too.
Right there, and he looks like he's about to jump on the table. That's
I see
he's
like
coming in to be like, hey, don't forget that you got me.
I know. We also got Shiva.
During the podcast?
Yes.
Shiva? Oh, I thought we already had her.
No.
Yeah, we have cats that come in.
Don't you remember when we got Shiva and she was in a cone and there's a picture?
Oh, yeah.
As one of our...
Oh, there he is, dude, making an appearance. That's right.
Pappy heard himself being talked about.
We got the Papster in the house. Okay. No. Fuck off, Pappy. Now look at how fucking big he is. He's huge.
He's huge. I guess
that's
he's
a
just going
good
to
place to sit.
But all right, let's take a shot to the golden lobsters.
Hey, Pappy came to join us.
KoperCrabb. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Let's do it.
Oh.
What'd you think of that drink, Cheney?
Oh my God. What was that? A lemon?
I'm calling it a lemon ranger.
Ugh.
You want to know what's in it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's lemon. A lot of lemon. And lemon moonshine, Tennessee Legend.
Oh, we bought that when my parents were in town. Where did we get that from?
At the moonshine place. God damn it, he's on the art.
Oh, that's fine.
Get him off that freaking art, dude.
We should just let him stay because otherwise he's gonna...
Yeah, he's gonna start creating
That's
havoc.
what he does. Anytime I'm drawing or anything.
We might want to get him off that art.
You're gonna break this.
Get off the freaking art, dude.
God.
I wanted to show off that art because it's really cool. That's
I posted on the internet, but we got this on tour. So this, if you guys are looking at the screen, I've been dying.
For those of you only listening, it's like a drawing of Cheney, but it's stylized.
It's a Monet Van Gogh painting, which I've wanted to have for years.
Really cool.
I love this and I hold it dearly. I've wanted to have it for so long, and he came to our show in, I think it was Toronto.
Oh yeah, that other one is freaking killer. I love it. It's so sick.
Yeah,
I was thinking that would be such a badass tattoo.
This?
Yeah.
You should get it.
That would be badass.
And then there's this, which our friend Eric made. It's an Entheos logo. And he really nailed the eyeball thing. You guys will soon know why. That's so important.
Ooh,
a little... What was that,
Easter
a spoiler
egg.
alert?
Easter egg.
And then
right,
Alex...
Cheney, watch this cat, man. He's seriously...
Haver made this one. And it is a painting of Naveen and I.
Okay. I'm a little bit concerned about Pappy.
Just get him.
The camera's focused on him. It's kind of funny.
Pappy exists.
There you go.
We should have named him Havoc.
He just came in here to freaking...
He just exists to make Naveen pay attention to only him and not the podcast.
Well, I was worried that he was going to knock something over.
All right, back to the podcast.
Anyway, okay, so we did the shot, the 100th episode shot.
Yeah.
Lemon Ranger.
Is there anything you'd like to reminisce on about the podcast, Naveen?
Okay. Well, when you started talking about it, I was thinking about doing the first episode.
Yeah.
And
I will say there was so much, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I know I just interrupted you. But there was so much anxiety attached to the first episode. I begged you to do I wanted to do a podcast for a really long time.
Probably like a year.
I was like, we should do this.
And I was hesitant to do it because of the tech stuff. I was like, man, I got to figure out how to do that. It's going to be a hassle. But look at me now over in Naveen's corner. Look at all this fucking gear.
Yeah, I don't even think there were any technical difficulties before the episode today.
No, today was.
Dude, we're back to all the time.
We're literally the shit is pro now. I don't have to. You don't have to play KoperCrabb bingo. You could switch that off. Is the episode working?
Remember how we used to all the time? That was an issue.
Yeah.
Whether or not the tech was working.
Let me make sure this is working.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was thinking about that first. I actually really clearly remember making that episode. It's weird. And we went and bought this table.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Did. Yep.
We were like, we need an official podcast table. And we drove up to IKEA, which is an hour away from where we used to live. And then, I'm definitely feeling a little nostalgic going from the barn to the first house where we would do the podcast. Then, we had a lot of good guests there. I mean, Trevor was on the freaking podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. I think that one's been getting more views lately.
Of course.
And when I was posting the episode last week, part of it came up, recommended or something. And I was watching a little bit of it, damn. Freaking crazy.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we got that chance to talk to Trevor.
Yeah.
Because Trevor is a friend, and we wouldn't have been able to see him because that happened during the pandemic. And that was the last time that we talked to him.
Yep.
So to me,
100%.
that conversation holds a really special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And it's really cool that, it exists and it's out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's and Trevor is just one of those amazing dudes. And I'm so glad that we got to have that conversation with him.
100%.
For people to listen to.
And yeah, and then just that, and kind of it's cool that we kept doing it. I mean, I think we've seen a few podcasts kind of come and go over the years, because it is hard. I guess it is hard to keep doing it. Like to commit to doing it every week is kind of I guess it takes discipline in the most minimal way possible, but like sometimes we don't feel, I guess this sounds negative, but sometimes we don't like feel like doing it. And it's not because I don't want to actually do the podcast, but I don't want to do all the stuff associated with doing a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we kept doing it. I mean, I know that we did take a little break for a little while when I was like, I don't know, not feeling it, I guess. But that was just because I thought that everything that I was saying was kind of dumb.
When you were not feeling it?
Like we stopped for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking of like, not really sure the reasoning why, but I feel like part of it was that I was feeling like I didn't really have much good to say.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of how I felt.
I think for a while we were like, we want there to be a purpose behind us doing a podcast, not just us like aimlessly talking shit for a long time. And I know that it might, or just like.
You want some thinking cap?
Yeah, I'll take some.
That's perfect for a podcast. The beard's the beer's called thinking cap. So.
It kind of happened. It was during the pandemic. And I'm not really one to use the pandemic as it was a really hard time and all of that stuff. But I do think that there was an aspect, cheers. There was an aspect of like when the pandemic hit and just being stuck inside of your house all the time will make you like kind of just overthink about things. And that was a totally unprecedented event that happened.
Right.
Nothing like that has ever happened to any of us out there. Any of us.
Right.
So it really just kind of made us step back, I think, and consider or ponder upon what we were doing. What was the purpose of the podcast? And I think that once we came back, we were like, oh, people are interested in hearing this.
That's why we brought it back. Now I'm remembering why. Because all the time we were getting tons of comments, bring it back, bring the podcast back. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess to me it seems like I'm just saying stupid bull off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if people like listening to it, then who gives a shit? It's not like I need to sit here and like blow people's minds with out there philosophy or science or something.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you want to just hang out.
Totally.
And this is what we started it for musicians to hang out. That's what we said.
Yeah, it's the number one place for underground musicians to hang out.
That was the tagline. I don't know. We haven't really been hyping that tagline.
We haven't. That's the tagline though. But
we should though.
We 100% started. I think we were both at a point where we were like, we're okay not doing the podcast again.
Yeah.
But we 100% brought it back because of you guys.
That's right. Those golden lobsters.
Because of the golden lobsters.
And now that we have the GL going and the hotline, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to stop.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to be able to stop.
Straight up. I mean.
But, thank you guys. I know I've said this. Thank you guys so much for listening, for sticking it out with us for 100 episodes. We're going to keep it going. Episodes deep. We're going to get to 100 more, I bet.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep going.
So thanks, y'all.
Some episodes might be boring.
They might. Some episodes might be really,
see, that's the thing. That's boring. What happens when you do. You know what? Actually, this does bring me to a good point. And that is when you commit to doing something, right? I'm going to do whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. You're doing something and you're committed to doing it every week, every day, every month. Well, sometimes you're hyped up to do it. And then sometimes you just do it because you need to do it.
Yeah.
And that honestly is the difference between
I would say
making it and not making it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
literally that's what it is.
That's the difference between like being successful at something and not being successful, is that you choose to power through all of those not as fun moments.
Yeah.
Things aren't fun all the time. No matter what you commit to. If you love making music and love being in a band, I have news for you guys. Being in a band is not fun all the time.
No.
There are
it's
a
not
lot
fun
of
very often.
There are a lot of there are a lot of moments where you have to push yourself to keep going. There are a lot of moments where you're like, oh man, what I did, that sucks. Or you're on tour in the middle of nowhere, a tire blows. Yeah. You're on the best tour ever, but a tire blows in the middle of nowhere and you're like, oh man, what have I done?
What have I done?
Why have I chosen this life? But the important part about the important part about all of this stuff is that you choose to power through those moments. Because the more that you power through, the further you're going to get. I think about this all the time. Entheos has been a band for 7 years.
Crazy.
Almost 8. And there have been moments within the band where we could have easily just stopped being a band.
Right.
Could have easily given up. It's
kept it going, baby.
But anything good that has ever been achieved through the band is because we chose not to give up. And we've seen a ton of bands that started the same year that we did quit. Right. There were so many bands that were announced the same year as us that just are not active bands anymore. We're not going to
name names.
We won't name names.
We've
toured with bands.
We have toured with bands that are playing over us, and now they're not a band anymore.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And that's chill. We're just going to keep going. But yeah, I think it's cool that we held ourselves to, okay, we're doing the podcast once a week. Let's do it no matter what.
Yeah, me too.
And even sometimes, thinking back, we've done 100 episodes, and it really doesn't seem like it. But I know there was times when I had when we were living in California, I had a full-time freaking job.
Yeah.
And it would be like, get home from work. I have to work in the morning. We have to do the podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. And now I can hardly get myself up out of bed at 10, and the podcast is still late.
But with all of that being said, this has been a really, really great experience, and we're going to keep it going.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. No, just kidding.
So we want to get to, you guys have been calling in the Golden Lobster hotline. You guys have been writing in.
I kind of wanted to mention this beer.
Yeah.
It's really good. Are you loving it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a Bearded Iris.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a local brewery here. And this is actually the first brewery that I had an IPA that I liked. And it was the home style.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Before that, I'd never had like a hazy or whatever. And that was like, I'm so bad with time. I don't know. That could have been 6 years ago.
I think it was when you were doing Whitechapel. So
it was when I was doing
4 years ago.
No, it was when I was doing the Mile videos.
Oh, so that was probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we haven't put out an album in 5 years.
I know. We're like Tool, basically. That's what I realized. We're approaching Tool status.
Nowhere near as successful.
We are Tool if they never made it.
So we do, though, what I will say, we know a release date for our album. We know when the singles are coming out. And
we have the vinyl colors picked out.
We have the vinyl colors picked out.
There's a lot of good stuff going on in regards to that.
All behind the scenes.
And I think we've said that probably more than anything. Let's cross that off a bingo.
You know what? We've been talking about the new album since this fucking podcast started.
I know. I think we need to probably stop talking about it.
Yeah, just let it.
We're not making a new album. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
It's not happening.
There's no new album.
It's not going down.
Wouldn't that be a good prank? if there was actually no new album and we've just been talking about it, we're just going to keep talking about it for the next 1,000 episodes.
Episode 10,000.
So we just turned in the album.
We're on our 5th kid. Still no third album.
Still no third album.
But we raided the fridge because we wanted to have a little bit of fun here. And we found a couple of these Cloud Heart. I think these are from oh, never mind. Not Canada. Cincinnati. We might have bought these. Did we buy it? No, I'm totally tripping.
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't know where we got these, but they're in the fridge. And then we have that one Bearded Iris. And we
Shout
also
out to
have
Fridge Beers.
one Mike's Hard fucking lemonade. And this thing is looking really good, isn't it?
I know. It looks like, you know what it looks like? A Fanta.
I'm having this is like dinner, the IPA, and this is going to be the Mike's Hard is going to be my dessert.
When I was a kid, I would get those from my friend's older sister.
Solid.
When we watched her kids, and we'd drink about 3 Mikes and be drunk.
Wow.
Me and my friends. Yeah, we drink
like?
about 3 Mikes per. What? It was probably really lame. What's it like when a 17-year-old gets drunk while babysitting? That's not good.
It's not a good thing.
I don't know if I should have shared that information.
Well, your mom is listening, so if it was your mom's friend, then
it wasn't my mom's friend.
Okay.
No, it was my friend's older sister.
Okay.
Who's still a friend of mine.
Wait a minute. You babysat your friend's older sister?
My friend's older sister's kids.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
So they would go party, and they would buy us mics to stay. And
wait a minute. The parents bought you mics?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's totally in bounds. That's fully legal.
Well, they were young.
Yeah, so that's legal in my mind. No shame there at all.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, where did you think we got the mics? I'm confused.
Well, no, I was thinking maybe y'all showed up with the mics on the DL, and the parents went out.
No.
So
these were cool parents.
Gave you the fucking mics, then it was
my friend's big sister.
Yeah, well then we're totally fine, dude.
Yeah, dude, we're getting ripped off of 3 mics.
To be fair, you probably just put the kids to bed, and then
that's exactly what happened. We put them to bed, and then we got ripped off mic.
You're just there to call 911 if something goes down.
Yeah. One time, a pizza guy delivered us pizza while we were drunk off the mic, and he was really scared of the people across the street, something that happened across the street, and he wanted to hide in the house. What do you think that? What do you think that
really
was about?
Fucking creepy.
What do you think was up with that?
That sounds like he was looking for a way to get in the house, which
I
don't
know,
like
with
at all.
3 teenagers who were all crunk off the 3 mics.
You should have said no. You can't come in.
We did.
Okay, good
yeah,
for you.
we denied him.
We're
from the Midwest, but we're not that nice.
Okay.
It's sorry, sir. You can't come in.
No,
that's if you're from Canada and Minneapolis and
you guys are basically Canadian though.
We don't have the accent. Hey, don't you know, bud?
They don't say don't
What
you
do you
know.
think? What do you give my Canadian accent? Oh, they say that in
your Canadian accent is like a mixture between Minneapolis.
Don't
and
you know?
Yeah, that's not.
Don't you know, bud? Do you dare me when we go on stage in Minneapolis? Be like, so don't you know? We just.
I do dare you to do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
I do dare you.
Oh, don't you know? I just dared you to go. Oh. Do you remember Bobby's World?
Dude, totally.
Yeah,
the mom. I've been thinking, why is the mom Midwestern?
She's
no one else is
North Mid.
No one else is.
Yeah, Bobby's not fucking Midwestern.
And then
is
Howie is the dad, isn't he? From New York.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Where are they from on Bobby's World?
No idea.
Bobby's World is weird. I watched it 5 years ago. It's super trippy.
Yeah, same with Rugrats.
Rugrats
really weird.
Makes me dizzy to
bizarre.
Watch.
Absolutely bizarre.
It's totally bizarre.
Fucked.
It's like a fever dream. I remember there's one episode where Angelica she's haunted by her new baby brother.
Yeah, weird.
It's just fucking bizarre.
Complete psychos.
That's what's up with kids programs though. Because our friend who lives very close to us has a kid. And we go over there and we hang out. And there's, while she's awake, she'll be watching kids TV shows. Those TV shows are really weird. And I'm telling you, those trolls, they're out there trying to make a bad name for the rock people.
Oh yeah, they're like the metal one is it's like the bad one.
Yeah, the metal one is the bad one. So I was trying to teach her the metal is good.
Metal is good.
The trolls are wrong, okay?
Yeah.
The trolls are wrong.
Come on over to metal.
Metal is good.
Yeah, metal is good.
Oh, what about... Oh, no, we already talked about seeing the witching show. I think we're going to go see Sepho this weekend, right?
Yeah, yep.
We're going to go see Suffocation.
We're going to be reporting from the show live.
We're going to shoot a podcast like while they're playing.
That is something about doing a podcast that I think is not to be confused about me.
Yeah.
I'm not like a reporter.
I know.
You know?
I think that's a part of why we stopped doing the podcast the first time, actually, is because we were like, I got to be honest with you, like doing Zoom interviews or whatever.
I'm not like an
that
interviewee.
Was fun, I guess, but like in real life, when we have guests here in real life, it's fun. It's like hanging out.
We're having beers.
We're just having our friends over, and it's our friends over at our house, and we'll go and, after the episode is done, we'll go and listen to vinyl and get drunk and shoot the shit. But when we were doing Zoom calls, it all the time felt like we were conducting an interview.
I don't like that.
We are not interviewers.
So where are you from? No.
Yeah.
That's not our thing.
So that was a part of what killed the spirit initially. Yeah.
But that's okay.
But we had to do that because of coronavirus and the pandemic.
And it might not be a bad idea to do it again, but...
A Zoom interview?
You know what I think would be cool? Is just have someone like call in for like 15 minutes.
That would be fun. We had Jason call in on an episode.
I think we just cold called him.
We cold called him.
And I was like, what's going on, dude? Maybe that's what we should start doing.
I know.
Calling people.
Just, what's up, dude? We're just shooting a podcast.
You're on the air. Millions of people are listening.
I know. WWHSD.
Yeah.
What would Howard Stern do?
He would cold call.
All
right.
All right, we'll think about it. We'll consider.
I don't know if I like the cold calling thing. That might be a little weird.
It'd have to be people
Jason
with
is fine
big personalities. Yeah, because Jason is like down, and Jason will talk,
Yeah, he calls me all the time, cold call, FaceTime. Yeah. So it's like, all right, well, I'm going to call you back. What's going on?
Yeah. What's up, bruh?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Should we get into these calls?
Yeah, let's get into the calls, man.
I was wondering if there was another thing I wanted to
address. I want you guys to check out the 4 levels of death metal video that Dean posted on his channel.
Dean Lamb,
Archspire, the Lambs. They posted it. So they, if you're not familiar, they try to learn riffs. Brian James, who's playing guitar for us, got on the episode and he presented some heater riffs.
Yep.
So you guys should go check the video out. It came out today.
Maybe we'll link it.
We'll think about it.
But we're not going to play it because I'm kind of tired of getting copyright claims.
I know.
I don't think we can play music on here anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because I was going to show like, oh, here's what I've been listening to this week. But I'm like, I'm done with the copyright claims. Yeah.
Well, what have you been listening to? Just talk about it. That's kind of... Or we could be like Joe Rogan.
It'll come up. Oh, what's Joe Rogan?
Have you ever heard Joe Rogan talk about music on his podcast?
Yeah, he's
the only bands he knows
AC/DC.
are like... Yeah, I think if we're digging deep, we're getting like Blue Oyster Cult.
He probably likes Tool.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably as hardcore as it gets right there.
Tool has landed at #1 on the Billboard charts.
Right. Anyway, let's get into the calls, and we'll get into some other stuff later on. We still need a Golden Lobster hotline jingle.
All right. This is the Golden Lobster hotline. Dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee. There we go.
All right, there it is. Boom, done.
Call us. Oh, yeah. I want to say it again. If you guys want to call the Golden Lobster hotline, hit us up at... We need a jingle for the number. It's 615-420-7342.
There you go. That's too, Cheney, you should be a jinglist.
Thank you. Many people have told me that in my life.
That's true. You used to do more jingles than you do now.
Really?
Yeah, you used to just kind of make them up on the fly.
People may not know this about me, but I make jingles all day long.
Remember Sneakamins?
Sneak 'em in, sneaking 'em in. That's not the correct tune, but yeah.
That was for...
Sneaking 'em in.
I don't think the crowd doesn't know what Sneakamins are.
So Sneakamins are... Do you want to explain them?
They're those little shots that are like this big, and we would put them in our... When we lived in LA, we didn't have any money. Like we were broke.
Literally zero.
Just toasted.
Maybe about 30.
Yeah. And then we would go buy... Well, okay, so we were totally broke, but we liked to party a lot.
True.
So here's what we would do.
True and true.
You go get like 5 Sneakamins. They're $1 each, so that's $5.
They come in all kind of flavors. I used to like to get the UV kind.
Yeah, the green apple.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of good ones. So yeah, you get those. They're $1. You put them in your belt. That's why they're Sneakamins.
Right.
You're sneaking them in.
You're sneaking them in.
So we would get like 5 of those. Then you go to the club. You buy 1 drink. And then you drink it. And then you just refill it with Sneakamins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you pour a Sneakamin over ice, it's basically like a shitty mixed drink from a bar.
You know, the other trick that we would do is in LA, they have a lot of like open bars from, let's say 6 to 7 is the open bar.
Yeah.
So when there's an open bar, all that you have to do is go and tip $1 per drink, right?
There you go.
So we would hit the open bar 6 to 7.
So I would hit the open bar 6 to 7 hard.
Yeah.
Then I'd have my 5 Sneakamins.
Then it's Sneakamins.
For the rest of the night.
We would also
then when those are gone, you start stealing people's drinks, dude. What up? Oh!
One time I got kicked out of the W in LA because I stole a drink.
That's right.
It was a half empty. It was one of those, do you remember the Dragonfly drinks that they would have?
Dragonfly. They had this for a while in LA. They had this. They were like hyping Dragonfly Sky vodka.
Oh, yeah.
And so it'd be like...
That stuff was so
good. The special tonight is Dragonfly with Sprite or whatever. You know?
And it was
like, ooh, that's freaking bomb. Let's get some. And it might be a discount, like a special or something.
I think it was $7.
Yeah, which in hindsight, I'm like, damn, 7 is like a deal.
That's a total deal.
Dude,
for downtown.
Downtown in Nashville are fucking expensive, man.
I know. The W also... So the W is a hotel. And they would have like a party on the roof of the hotel every week. And they had a pool on the roof of the hotel. So we were there one night with Rainin Bozio, who has been on our podcast 2 times. He's one of the only 2 times.
I'd feel comfortable cold calling Rainin.
Me too.
Yeah.
Should we call him?
Well, let's think about that. We'll let that sit in. Let that sit in.
Dude, let's talk to him about the pool.
All right, let's call him up. Okay, should I call him right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if he'll answer. He'll be like, oh, Naveen's calling me for the first time in forever. And then we're throwing him on the podcast.
Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's call him right now. I did fix the thing. I got my...
Can he hear us? What? Can he hear me talking?
Yeah. I got it hooked up. Oh, he might not be able to hear you.
Okay.
See if he answers.
Oh, we're getting dissed.
Going straight to voicemail. Yeah. He's probably going to call me back.
We'll leave him a voicemail about it.
Please leave your message for
Rainin.
2.
He doesn't even have a message box.
I know. This
greeting.
is Rainin Bozio. Anyways, so Rainin one night jumped into the pool. And I don't think you're supposed to jump into the pool.
I think that was the same night that you got kicked out. Because that was the only time I remember being there.
We were crunk that night. There are pictures on the internet of us that specific night.
Yes, there
We were there with Tosin and Hav and their girlfriends at the time. Mm-hmm. And there's like drunken pictures of us.
Yeah.
I remember I'm making this face.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah.
I totally remember that.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go do something like that right now.
I know. Let's go. All right, let's listen to
we're 45 minutes deep, dude.
Let's listen to these calls. We're 45 minutes deep on the 100th freaking episode, dude.
Yeah. Let's get going here.
Rainin didn't want to be part of it, I guess.
I know. What a hater. No, he's going to call back at the most inopportune time.
In the middle of a voicemail play.
Okay, here we go. I didn't really screen these, so we're just going to see what happens.
Hey, guys. This is Scott Tender from Newton, Iowa.
Newton.
Chaney, me and you spoke before on Instagram back and forth. A big fan of your grandpa, old Jerry Crabb, down there at Knoxville, Iowa.
There we go,
Great
dude.
car fan. He was a legend down there, and we all miss him a ton.
That's
Big
an
fans of all
affirmation.
your guys' stuff. I got my wife one of your limited tie-dye you did just before your tour shirts, because you had some smalls left, and my wife can wear a small. My fat ass, on the other hand, cannot. So I got her one.
I mean, don't feel bad. The small is like so in the rear view mirror.
She wears it all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Actually, I think she wears it too much because we don't want to wear it out. But I was also the second bassist in a local band up here in Iowa, in Des Moines area, called One Last Moment.
I listened to that band all the time when I was a kid.
Conversations or not, but if you don't, that's cool because.
That's right. You do know One Last Moment?
Yeah, Scott and I have talked. I totally remember talking to Scott.
Okay.
We've talked about this. One Last Moment. I listened to that band all the time when I was a kid. That's how I got into metal, really. Like, people will ask me about that. So I listened to a lot of metal when I was a kid. When I was in 8th grade, I really got into metal. But what truly got me into being a vocalist and playing music was going to local shows.
Yeah. Agreed,
and
100%.
seeing local bands. It wasn't like the national acts. That of course, was a part of my influence, but seeing all of these people on a local level playing shows and kicking ass, that's what got me into it. And I remember specifically getting a One Last Moment demo that I would jam all the fucking time. All the time. I believe their vocalist name was Covey? I think their vocalist name was Covey. And I listen to that all the time. So is there more to the message?
Yeah, but there's a little more to what I've got going on over here. I'm mixing the Mike's Hard with this beer.
Yeah.
So very sorry to this beer company. I won't even, because I'm like dissing it so bad. But if you mix it with the Mike's Hard, it's like
better.
It's a freaking treat.
Yeah,
it's so good.
All right, keep playing it.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
Who the fuck would? That was a lot of fun. That was back in high school. I left that to go dick around with racing and stuff like that. I guess it's kind of like a half question. I don't really know, but I'm in the band. I'm in a band now.
Wait, was he in
some guys, and we're all fat dads. Well, Jim's not fat, but we're all dads. Hard to get together.
I like how we had to specify
other hobbies and stuff. But
Jim's not fat, so
the stuff we have is pretty good, I think. Real riffy. Just one riff to the other. I really like it. But I guess the question I'm having is I've been dicking off the basses for almost 20 years now. I'm actually staring at them right now. I should be playing them, but I just stare at them instead. And I guess that's I'm not particularly an artistic type person. I'm a real nuts and bolts, kind of guy. I'd rather talk about gear than actually learn a riff or learn how to play the damn thing. So, I guess I don't even know. I guess I get down on myself sometimes because the guys and the guitar players and everybody in the band, just write some great shit. And all I do is learn it. I don't really contribute that much. I got some little things that I've contributed, but, to writing songs, but sometimes I get pretty down on myself on, my lack of practice, but, practicing fucking sucks. I don't like to do it. I sit down, I play some stupid shit I've known for years, get bored, and then just shut it off and go do something else or sit and watch TV or dick off on my phone or whatever. Yeah, I guess, like I said, it's not really a question. It's just kind of venting.
I get what he's saying. So he's wondering if he should feel bad.
Yeah.
Because he's in the band, but not writing a ton of stuff.
Right.
And I would say to him that, dude, there's like different roles in the band.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking.
When you start traveling around and meeting a lot of bands and stuff, you're going to see that there are, like, he is needed in the band.
Yeah. Bass players are very important.
Not only that, but he said that he was a tech guy.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
So,
that's like that. The tech guy is almost more important than the people 100%. Who are writing the stuff.
The people that write a lot of stuff, they're like me. They're fucking space cadets.
Yeah.
They're like in outer space. So to have a guy like that in the band, honestly, is an asset.
I totally agree.
Because he said himself, oh, the other guys are writing stuff all the time and whatever. So that's cool. Let them have that role. But he could double down on being the tech dude. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go online. I'm going to fucking research putting together an in-ear rig, putting together the lights, if he's more of a nuts and bolts guy. Fixing the fucking van.
Oh, man.
Dude,
Jesus.
You need people
I know
like
you're
that.
talking about you're into racing. It's like, dude, you know everything about cars, I'm sure. It's like, though that on tour is so much more important than the huge guy who's writing the riffs. And like Naveen said, what's going on with my microphone? Can you hear that? Yeah. So like Naveen said, like Naveen said, there are roles in a band, and in a band, you honestly do not want every person is not going to be the person who's contributing the amazing riffs. That's just
totally okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not only okay. It's not only okay.
It's welcomed.
Necessary.
Yes, it's 100% necessary.
Yeah. So you need guys like what he's saying that he's into. Because honestly, that's a good thing.
Dude,
if I was him, I'd be like, hey, you know what? These guys write the stuff. That's not really my strong suit. I learn it when it comes time to learn it. I can rip it all, no problem. Yeah. So we have to be there.
Yeah.
So if it sounded like he can play everything, no problem. That's not an issue. Now, if that wasn't the case, okay, well, you need to go ahead and practice.
Then you need to practice.
When you need to practice, you got to stop looking at your bases.
Yeah, what you do need to practice are your songs. I'm sure, before you go play shows, you want to be tight doing what you do. Yeah. But there is such thing in a band as having like too many cooks in the kitchen.
100%.
You don't want everyone to like need their artistic voice to be heard, because then people start butting heads really hard. Yeah. And the overall, like, what the band is kind of gets lost in the everyone needing themselves to be heard like they're the solo artist in the band. Yeah. And bands can become like this incredible mishmash of stuff where you can't really like figure out what's going on if there are too many people contributing things all the time.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. It's cool if you want to like, add a riff here or there. Like every couple of years, if you get inspired to write a riff, then write a riff. But what you are talking about yourself being, that's so necessary in a band. And
100%.
I wish that more people knew that.
I do too.
Because like Naveen said, once you start talking to bands, you realize that there are really one or two people in every band who are like the main music writer. And then the rest of the people kind of they are just along to do their part on the ride.
Yeah, and
you need different people.
That's not like an ego diss thing or whatever. Because guess what? If you're not there, the freaking show can't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would just say lean more into the support role, if you want to call it that, but it's extremely necessary.
It's 100% necessary.
When you go on tour and when you start meeting bigger bands, especially, you'll see that's the breakdown. You got kind of the one or two guys who are more into the writing stuff. They're maybe a little more spacey. And then you've got the guys who are more business oriented. That's the singer almost 100% of the time. And then you'll have the tech guy.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the other guys are more into writing. Go more the tech route. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's such a huge contribution to a band. I mean, that's the thing. Like, also, thank you for shouting out my grandpa.
That's amazing.
That's
absolutely amazing.
Confirmation. My grandpa was the shit.
Oh, good call.
That was a great call.
Yeah, great call.
There are different personalities in a band. And you know what happens a lot of the time when there's a band that fully consists of people who want like their artistic vision to be heard, those people quit the band.
Yeah, because they start
their own band.
Yeah, they start their own band. They start getting butthurt. It's just, we don't need to go that route.
Yeah. I think that in a band, like, it's important to have a common vision and goal. And a lot of the time that is about, the vocalist will do the lyrics, or one of the musicians writes the lyrics, and the vocalist just kind of goes along with it and does that. But everyone has their own thing to contribute.
Absolutely.
And it's not being a main songwriter.
Yeah, and you can look at your current situation and say, okay, there's a gap here.
Yeah.
Okay, I got these guys that are writing shit all the time. They haven't thought about how we're going to do it live.
Totally.
They haven't thought about programming lights.
Exactly.
They haven't thought about maybe their tone sucks. And you can step up and be like, hey, I'm going to dial in these motherfuckers' tone.
I know.
I mean, there's so many things to do in a band. That's not the writing the music.
Or, I mean, yeah, it's like you're the person who picks out the art, or you're the person who comes up with like what you're going to look like live. You're ordering stuff. You're in control of the merch.
It's a whole...
It all needs... I'm not the tech person in my band. If I was the tech person in my band, then my band would not have tech. We would be playing... we would be playing out of a combo amp. I don't know anything about tech, but what I can contribute is being the vocalist, writing my parts. I don't play the music or write the music, but I can tell Naveen what I think would sound cool and stuff that he's writing.
There's an option. Get on the phone and tell your guys, I don't like that.
Yeah, I really don't like that.
I'm sure they'll love that.
But I pick out. I'm in charge of the merch and the like art and all of that stuff for my band. So it all there's a place for everyone.
It's
in
like
a band.
A whole universe.
Yeah.
And there's positions for everybody.
Totally.
And it's always we. We're always
it's
in
always
it together.
we. It's so how do we achieve the goal of the band? What does this band need?
Yeah.
And assess, be honest with it. What does the band need?
Yeah.
Because riffs, dude, that's such a small...
It's important.
It's very important. It's very important, but it's an important detail on a list of important details.
100%. Great call.
Great call.
Really good call.
Thanks, Scott.
I love having calls.
Shout out to awesome. Iowa, what up?
Iowa, what up? I love having calls.
Golden Lobsters, Iowa.
All right, Cheney, you ready for the next call?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Naveen, Cheney, what's up? This is Buddy from Michigan. I'm super stoked you guys are doing this call and stuff. It's revolutionary. I don't know any other podcasts with metal musicians such as yourself that are doing this. It is super cool. Anyways, I've been following Naveen since I saw those sick E-drum videos of Animals Leader covers way back in the day. Weightless is one of my favorite albums I've ever heard. Those studio vids of you playing Earth Departure on drums were so cool to see, and I've always wanted to know if you know whatever happened to that Weightless music video, man. That was super hype. I've been following Cheney since I saw that sweet Villa Maya cover, and I thought that was pretty sick. I love Entheos. I love what you guys are doing. The podcast is awesome. Keep smoking weed. Smoke super strong. Have a good day. Thank you.
I don't remember
that's
that.
my kind of caller right there. That guy just is in there. He's fucking...
What was up with that Weightless music video? I don't remember that at all.
I don't know. Well, I think what he's referring to is we had a series of like little studio updates.
Oh, that was in our house that we lived in LA. I totally remember that.
So we would go from that house. This ties into what we were saying earlier. We'd go from that house to the liquor store on the corner, get the sneakerheads, and go to the fucking club.
Thanks for...
So at that point in my life, I was more interested in partying than music.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's true. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Where I was at. That's where I was at. I was trying to have a good time.
The kid got shown dubstep, and then it was
I was
over.
trying to... I was like, well, this is fucking sick. Let's go
what?
have some fun.
I don't know what you're talking about with the Weightless music video, but what I do know is that on Steve Jones's hard drive, or one of his... somewhere out there's a DVD of the entire first Animals as Leaders headlining tour, where Naveen was playing drums. I did merch. Steve Jones was along on the tour shooting the literal fucking DVD.
Yeah, I think
that's what he did. Evan Brewer was in the van with us, so Evan is all over that DVD.
I should just pay him for the footage.
Yeah, dude. Zach was doing sound. And that
he was with Animosity too back in the day.
Yeah, wow.
By the way.
Wow. And we were all in a van together. So there were like 8 of us in a van.
It was more than 8, dude. I think it was like 10 people.
No, it was
okay,
it was
people,
the 3
bro.
of you.
It was insane.
It was the 3 of you. It was me, Kalela, Evan, Zach, Steve. 8 people. So there were times
Sean rode with for a couple days.
Dude, and Chelsea rode with for a couple of days. Evan's wife rode with us for like a day or 2. Yeah, dude. Somewhere there is DVD footage of that.
Let me get that.
It would
DVD
be
footage.
so funny to see now, especially. It's been 11 years since that tour.
Jenny, I'm just gonna be a good Samaritan, good guy, and say that I'm willing to put it out on the KoperCrabb channel.
I'm fully willing. I know that Steve at the end also sat us all down for like interviews, post-tour interviews.
So I think the problem is that
God, I was the worst merch person
you and
of all
me
time
were like the
tour.
stars of the DVD because we're funny and we're drunk and it was great. And then shortly after that, I quit.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we can't have the stars not be in the band anymore.
Totally.
It doesn't make any sense.
Were we the stars? I can't remember. I just remember like we would get hotel rooms and watch some of the footage that Steve Jones would be taking and like some of the funniest.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Some of the funniest footage of all time.
Because also, well, this is pretty explicit, but remember when we had on the tour?
Yeah.
We got a huge bag of mushrooms.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? And I was being super funny with them and like putting them in the camera and stuff.
I don't remember this.
No, I was like,
I don't remember you putting them in the camera.
This is like the only thing I actually remember. I was like, yeah, a lot of people, I was making a joke, obviously. That's what I like to do. And I was like, yeah, a lot of people ask me, how I write all these crazy drum riffs. And I was like, boom. And I put out this huge bag of mushrooms and I was like, pop a couple of these bad boys. The kicker is I'd never done mushrooms at that point.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever did them. But I was just fucking around and making a joke because we had so many of them. And remember, they got thrown out.
I remember that, but do you also remember there was one day that everyone decided to go eat, and you and I were like, let's eat some mushrooms. And it was in the middle of the fucking day.
That was the first time I ever did
Everyone
mushrooms.
was like at Denny's, and we were like, fuck it, let's eat some mushrooms. And you and I sat and stared at an anthill, a literal anthill.
Yeah.
And we laughed. We were like talking about the anthill for a good hour and a half while they were eating. Yeah. Is that the day that you got stung?
No.
Okay.
No, different day. I got attacked by red ants, and I had a hobbit
and had
foot.
to go to the hospital, right?
Well, I went to the hospital, and they were just like, yeah, you got attacked by ants.
I wasn't there with you. I was just setting up merch.
Yeah. So good times.
On that tour specifically, I did not want to do merch, and I was pissed that I had to do merch.
Also, speaking of like being broke, I remember on that tour, so we had like no money. Right, in LA.
None of us.
We didn't have a job. We're just like living in LA. Like I gave a couple lessons here and there.
But all of us lived together. We lived with Tosin and Hav and Tosin's girlfriend at the time, Kalela.
So we had enough money to pay rent, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then we did that tour, and like we got some money. And I remember it was like a couple weeks into tour, and it was like, "Here you go, Naveen, you're getting paid." Right?
Yeah, it was like $700.
Yeah, what did we do? What did we do?
We went straight to the mall. We were like, fuck this shit.
I was like, I'm going to go get some new shoes, dude. Fuck this.
That's typical like poor person shit. It's so like funny, you get money and you go and just blow it.
Dude, I remember we went to the mall. I got new shoes and like a hat. I totally remember the next day like having my new shoes and hat on. Like, hell yeah, dude.
Feeling so cool.
This is awesome.
Oh, I remember this red shirt I got. Do you remember that red shirt that was like kind of cut, shoulder cut?
I do remember that.
I bought it from Urban Outfitters and I lost it on that tour too.
Nice.
It's fucking lame.
There you go. So that's some old school animals as leaders.
Yeah. As far as the weightless video, I can't think of a weightless. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Dude, was there a weightless video like preview thing? Do you remember this? It was like a video of a house and it looked like Jay may have worked on it.
Dude, yes.
Is that what
there
it is?
Was like
look
a
it up.
teaser.
Go look it up. Go look up the Animals as Leaders weightless teaser.
There was a fucking
music
teaser,
video.
Dude. We're not going to play it though. I'm not going to get copywritten infringement or whatever.
Copywritten infringement. I don't think you would get that if it's just a
teaser.
A teaser.
Yeah, let's see here. Sorry, I don't have the internet pulled up.
Way to go.
Don't worry.
Can people see this?
No.
Oh, wow.
They're looking at you and me.
Oh. Well, we're just staring at the screen like...
Well, yeah, I'm not going to show them this.
If you guys don't know, we have a screen. We've gone pretty high tech throughout this podcast as well. You guys have seen the evolution of that.
I'm not showing them my secret emails.
Secret emails.
For some reason, the internet's being shot. Shot AF. Wait, here we go. Boom.
You don't always have
probably
to fuck her hard.
Wow, connect to the internet. You're offline.
In fact, sometimes that ain't right. Why does it sound like this? Oh, that's better.
Is it that screen? It's fucking you up.
Sometimes.
Okay, here we go. Wow, that was so shot. How long that just took me.
I know.
Okay, weightless. Animals.
Weightless Animals as Leaders music video.
What would Howard do?
WWHSD.
I don't think so.
I don't see a music video.
So that's video 4. I know what he's talking about, though, dude.
Me too, and I think that it's one.
There was like a little preview or some shit.
Dude, right there! Look! Preview trailer for Animals as Leaders, new video for Weightless.
Okay, hold on a second.
There are dogs barking?
Should I put this on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, are we gonna get fucking copywritten?
No, we're gonna be fine.
Oh my gosh, it's the long lost Animals as Leaders video.
It's in the desert?
Cracked. That looks like cracked.
See, this is
skin.
2012. Was I already out of the band?
Yes. Dude, I totally remember this.
Yeah. Vacant motel. What does that have to do with anything?
Or the dogs barking.
Jenny, if we get copywritten infringement for this, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't think we will because the song hasn't started. What's up with this video? It's
coming, dude. We're still waiting for it.
It's coming. Never. Hashtag never. Oh, that seems like it would. All right, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, yeah.
That seems like it would have been a cool music video if it ever happened.
I crave this music video's existence daily.
Let's see the latest comment on there.
All right, hold on a second.
That's so fucking crazy.
We're getting
I guess
copywritten,
that
Cheney. We're
for
fucked.
Weightless, like nothing ever just went down for it. Or
you know what sucks? Like, for some reason, okay, not sure why this is, but for some reason, Spotify,
yeah.
if I do my shit on shuffle, they're like, hey, how about get some Weightless, dude? Check this out. Every time.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Does it suck or?
No, that's the thing. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Why does that suck?
It doesn't suck at all, but like.
Oh, I found out why my microphone is doing that.
Yeah, what's going on?
Because I keep touching it with my
let's
face.
get back up an inch. How do I get sort by newest? God, I shouldn't be in charge of this. I'm stupid.
Didn't know
2 months ago.
This was AAL official unreleased. Hope it gets out soon. This fucking dude. That
you
was 2 months
so
ago.
off.
Dude, it's not coming out, bro.
Just wondering, is there anybody still waiting for it?
Yeah, us now that I'm waiting for it, to be honest with you.
Wow, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
A lot of people still waiting for it. Hey, I'll check it out.
So there was no music video for that album. Weird.
No.
Weird move.
I think I sort of fucked the band by quitting.
Well, they could have just made music videos with the next guy.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, next call.
So that's what
next
happened
caller.
to it. It never came out.
Yeah.
That is funny, though.
That's hilarious.
Funny like haha or funny like a clown?
I don't know which.
I would say it's kind of like funny like haha.
You know what's funny?
Oh, wait. Is it funny like haha or funny like a clown?
I think it's funny like haha.
Oh, okay.
So I've noticed that on episodes that we don't drink on,
they're less funny.
No, well, they're less funny, obviously. But another thing is I have a really hard time. I make the cover photo, if anybody doesn't know that.
Yeah. Naveen's our tech person. So Naveen.
I'm tech. I'm the artistic talent and the talent.
I knew that at first you were going to say I'm the talent and I'm the... At first what you were going to say? Did you just say you were the artistic talent?
I'm talent and tech. Well, I'm not the only talent.
Oh, okay.
But I am talent.
Sorry, I thought you were taking credit for being the only talent.
No, I'm not.
All right.
Anyway, what I was going to say is on episodes that we don't drink on,
TNT.
I have to scroll through the episode for a really long time to get us smiling.
See,
now, if it's a drunk episode, I'm going to be able to just click around. It's going to be funny.
Here, let's
smiling.
just make a face right now that we can use on the cover.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. It's about at 1:10.
All right, mark that. Hold on, I've got to run to the...
You can flag it. Oh, you just hit my camera stand.
Hold on, I've got to run.
All right, so you're leaving me here alone, huh? Okay. Yeah, I can. All right, so 100th episode. That's what we got going on here. I feel like it's been a while since we've had like a nice, long, kind of chill episode. So I'm actually excited about this episode. I hope that it doesn't bore people halfway to death, but I don't think it will. I think if I'm personally listening to a podcast, usually, honestly, for me, if a podcast ends at like an hour, I'm kind of like, damn, I want a little bit more. So, I mean, that's heavily reliant on what I'm doing. And if I'm doing some sort of activity, then yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more than an hour. And I'll give you an example. 2 days ago, I had to do quite a bit of work in the yard, a lot of yard work. So we've got a lot of yard here. I had to trim a bunch of branches off of multiple trees and drag all these branches from the back of the house and the side street all up to the main street. And I'll tell you what, it was 100 degrees out. If you think I'm fucking kidding, look up the temperature from 2 days ago, because it was hot as fuck. We're having a fucking heat wave. Actually, it's hot right now. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a tank top, it's not to show off the guns. The guns are whack. It's because it's freaking hot. So yeah, I'm out there in the heat, and I could have used a long podcast. That would have worked. That would have been totally 100% fine. But I didn't have one. And instead I was listening to music, which was actually really fun. I was listening to a bunch of black metal. I'm kind of back. I think like I don't know if I ever talked about it on a podcast. Probably did, because I usually talk about everything that's going on. I mean, what the hell else are we going to talk about? But I was in a pretty good black metal phase. And I had a good phase. It was really fun. And then I kind of didn't really visit it for a while. And then now this week, I'm not really sure why, but I just got hit with a freaking totally hardcore black metal thing again. So that's really where I'm at. I've been listening to Leviathan. I mainly like one-man black metal acts. That's kind of my thing. And I guess it's because I can relate to wanting to make something 100% all on my own. I've sort of done that with Flesh Rot. It's me and one other person. But I love the one-man metal act. So I've been listening to Leviathan, Zathster, which is someone I've been totally ripping, super sick. And there is one other who I just found out is a one-man act. That's called... I'll have to look it up. Oh, you're back, Cheney.
I changed my shirt.
Wardrobe change.
Wardrobe change.
See, that's a cool shirt. Like, I would wear the shit out of that. That is, that's sick.
RDB just put out a new album, and it's self-titled, and everyone should
RDB.
freaking check it out.
That's artificial brain for people who don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Cheney's
Fuck,
slang.
I forgot. Sorry.
That might be like a tour-only, name.
RDB. RDB. Artificial brain, everyone.
RDB.
All right, so what were you talking about?
I was just filling space up. It was just, I was talking about mowing the lawn. I was talking about long podcasts. I was talking about doing yard work.
Wow.
Listening to black metal.
Filling them up. All right, next message.
Yeah, let's go.
Good afternoon, you two. My name is Chris Kennard. I'm calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Chris.
I would like to say congratulations on at this point, you probably have 100 episodes of the podcast.
That's right.
Congratulations on finishing a new album.
Thank you.
My favorite song is Remember That You Are Dust, and I hope to catch y'all alive and in the flesh someday. Keep on rocking in the free world.
No.
And, give your pets my best. No. Rock and roll. Thanks.
Rock and roll, dude.
Okay, dude. There we go.
Thanks.
I like that. See, if you want to call in, you don't have to have a question. You can just call in and just be like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's just so and so.
Hey, sup?
On the GL. I'm loving life. Right
I know.
over here.
You know what? I'm noticing that you missed one of the voicemails.
I didn't miss it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I haven't played them all yet.
Oh, well, it was before these.
It's got okay. Well,
we'll see if you missed it. But yeah, dude.
I've got
thank
two
you.
more lined up. By the way,
I hope we play Pittsburgh soon. Or was that Philly?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Are we playing Pittsburgh?
You read the
I
dates,
can't remember.
Not me. I'm not a dates guy.
I hope we play Philly soon. You know what's weird is that there's never been a tour we've done that hasn't hit Philadelphia until this last one.
We haven't gone there in forever.
It's
not going to be the same without Blackbird, though.
Oh, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Yeah, man. Thank you. We're excited about finishing the album too. I was just telling Naveen recently, it's been hard for me to recover from writing the album. I can't. This sounds crazy, but I just can't really listen to music that much. I'm starting to get back into it.
Hey, dude,
for a minute, I just could not listen to music.
I'm tired of the bullshit. If you're one of these people out there, you're kind of jaded or whatever, you need to get over it. Because there is so much good music out there.
No, that's not it.
This isn't directed at you.
That's not it,
not
though.
Directed at you,
It wasn't because there's not so much good music out there. It was because I was suffering from ear fatigue. It's like when you work on music so much sometimes, I was just kind of suffering from ear fatigue and I needed to listen to some other stuff for a while. I even started playing Grand Theft Auto 4 every night.
Just to hear that radio station.
Every night before we go to bed. So I hooked up our TV in our bedroom because we have an Xbox 360. So I hooked it up. And the only video game I really like to play is Grand Theft Auto 4. So I now play a level of Grand Theft Auto 4 every night before I go to bed.
Which we've discovered the graphics on there. They're
awful.
We thought they were amazing, but now not so good.
Apparently they're not very good. It's crazy.
Kenny, can I get a little bit of that Mike's Hard mixed with this beer?
Dude, you're being a Mike's chiefer.
I know, but it's really good mixed with beer.
That was a great message. Thanks for calling in.
I know, I like that. Philadelphia is great. I love Philadelphia.
I know. I really do. It's so old school, Philly.
It's really good. It's got a good vibe. Okay. Ready for the next call, Cheney? Here we go.
Yep.
Hey, Cheney. Hey, Naveen.
That's right.
Partain. I
Jeff?
absolutely love the podcast.
Oh, he's on part 10.
I love Entheos. I love Flesh Rot. I love Animosity. You guys are just insane in general. I just wanted to say that I'm a fan.
Okay.
Also wanted to give a few recommendations if it was cool.
Fuck yeah.
For the podcast, when you have a segment of recommending music, you should have one metal recommendation and a non-metal recommendation. I think it'd be really cool.
Okay.
I agree.
I have a band recommendation for you guys, too. You guys totally need to check out Iniquitous Deeds and their album Incessant Hallucinations.
Okay.
They're on the label New Standard Elite, and that label in general is awesome. And also check out the label Maggot Stomp Records.
Definitely. Yeah, Maggot Stomp
rules. I will
rules.
say this. those are both Trevor Sternat approved because he's the reason I found out about that.
Okay.
There we go.
Love you guys a lot. And as a fellow Tennessean, welcome to Tennessee. If you're ever in the Chattanooga, Knoxville area, I don't know if you'd hang out with fans or not, but I would love to meet you guys in person again.
Let's go right now, dude.
I did get to meet you in person at the Whitechapel show in 2017 in Knoxville, the same day I graduated college.
Dude, that's amazing. Congratulations on graduating college. I think we might be in Knoxville later this year, and we're always down to down to hang. Of course. And
all right, Cheney, that needs to be a segment.
Yeah, it really does.
Metal band, non-metal band.
Metal band, non-metal band. So we're going to,
next week, we're going to hit you guys with a metal band.
Definitely.
And then we're going to hit you guys with a non-metal band. So it's going to be like this. We're going to decide who's doing the non-metal band, who's doing the metal band.
No, I think we each should come with both.
Whoa, that's giving away way too
much.
That's 4
bands.
That's too much, man. There's not that many bands that I like.
I know about Maggot Stomp. I do not know about the other record label, but Naveen and I were talking about this today, how, we've wondered for a while, because back in the day we would both find
Can
bands.
I get a hit of that Mike's Hard, though?
Back in the day, we would both find bands based off of the record label, and I feel like that has become a little more diluted with time, at least with the main, record labels. You know what I mean? Like the biggest metal record labels. I don't know that there's that if I'm into one band, I would be into all of them. But
Jenny, mix a little bit.
I think that with Maggot Stomp, they keep it pretty brutal.
All right, I'm checking out Maggot Stomp, dude. Fuck that. I'm checking it out.
There was another label that Naveen was into. What's it called?
The one that I was checking out last night.
Yeah.
Here, let me check it out. Let me look it up real quick.
I just spilled Mike's Hard lemonade. Mike's Hard.
I don't know if I can vouch for it yet or not. I was just checking it out.
No, but we were just talking about the importance of labels last night.
Well, the thing that you forget about is that's how you find out about bands.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Well, that doesn't matter, but
I don't know the label.
I'm just saying.
I don't know the label. Sorry.
It is kind of important.
Yeah, no, it's important because what you can do is you go check the label out, and then you're like, this band's on this label. Sick. I like them. Let me go see if I like any of the other bands on this label.
Right.
And it's how we used to find out about bands.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's true. Because back in the day, you could only do mail orders and shit. You couldn't just go on the internet and find a million different
CD
bands.
samplers.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
I remember getting a CD sampler and I honestly remember having this one. It was from Earache Records. And I didn't even, at the time, I was so young, I didn't even really know what that meant. I was just oh, it's earache. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know I didn't know what a label was.
Yeah.
But it just had a bunch of sick bands on it.
Totally.
I'm like, dude, this is sick. Fuck.
My favorite, it's weird that there aren't that many samplers nowadays. This wasn't a label sampler, but the Metal for the Masses sampler essentially changed my life. Yeah. That's how I heard about Meshuggah. Dude, I've known about Meshuggah since I was 12 years old because of Metal for the Masses. I was listening.
12-year-old Cheney just ripping it to Meshuggah?
Yes, because I knew Rational Gaze.
What album was out? Obscene or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not a joke about how you're young.
Yeah. I didn't get it. But I learned about Meshuggah and Dimmu Borgir because of Metal for the Masses. And I believe the reason that I bought that Metal for the Masses was because there was a Lacuna Coil song on it.
So wait, you had
and
to
I was
buy
way into
the
Lacuna
sampler?
Coil.
Yeah, you had to buy those.
Yeah. Dude, I was way into Lacuna Coil.
Yeah.
That album, Comalize, and In a Reverie or Reverie, whatever.
Dude, I would so play that right now if we weren't in copyright infringement. Because we used to jam.
Here, I'll sing it. Set me free, your heaven's alive.
Set me free.
Okay, let's do the duet because there is a dude Are you
the
ready?
dude's like, set me free, oh heaven's alive. Set me
It's not-
free.
Wait, heaven's not alive.
Your
Naveen.
heaven's alive. I'm the worst with lyrics, by
It's
the way.
Heaven's alive. And then there was the song I
Heaven's
can play it on
alive. That's
guitar.
really what they're saying.
It's like
I thought
so
it was
that's
like
the song.
I thought it was your heaven's alive, like your life is just
No,
great.
it's set me free, your heaven's alive.
Yeah. That's kind of not the vibe I was getting from it. See, I was thinking your heaven
Oh, you
is
thought
alive.
it was a Christian.
Like heaven's already here. You don't need to wait for heaven.
That's
what I'm
actually a really good lyric.
I don't know. Something that's how I perceived
No, it's
it.
called Heaven's a Lie. I believe that's the name of the song.
Well, another thing I'm really bad with is song titles. Not my thing at all. People are like, yeah,
That
have you heard
sucks
like
because I let you pick a song title off of this album, our new album. I'll let you name a song.
Did I name a song?
Yeah.
I'm good at thinking of song titles. But
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
you
good
kind of
at-
go for like the not artsy song title.
Wow, thanks, Janie. Thank you.
All right, next question.
You're the bonehead.
Naveen does offer a bonehead point of view.
Okay, really, dude? Really? You really think that? Okay, hold on. I gotta get back.
Set me free,
Oh, heaven's alive.
You heard it here. Heaven's alive.
Dude, heaven's alive right now. We're already in heaven. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's anti-Christian, right? They're like, oh, you want to go to heaven? I'm like, no, I'm already in heaven. Don't need it. How about that? It's just as rebellious, but it's more positive.
All right, next question. Oh my God.
We got a lot of chatter coming off that mic, dude.
Dude, it's ridiculous. It sounds like, look at this.
Yeah, don't do that.
What's up with that?
Okay, I'm gonna have to tech support that one.
Set me free.
All right, last one. There might be a text too. You can text.
There are messages.
Actually, you know what? There's something I was gonna say. And I was worried about this.
Yeah.
I was like, because right when the podcast dropped last week, we got a couple texts,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man.
Who was the first text from?
I don't know. I'll check it in a minute, but hold on. Let me finish this point. And I was like, shit, dude. I shouldn't have said that you could text.
Right.
Because I was like, now no one's going to call. Because people don't want to call anymore. But lo and behold.
No one wants to text.
There was only like 2 texts and there was 5 calls.
True.
So.
I think there were more than 5. I think you're missing one.
I don't think so. I got one left.
Play it.
I mean, how can I miss it? I'm in my...
I'll know right away.
Okay, you ready for it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey there, Naveen and Cheney. This is Ryan. Hopefully Cheney's name didn't get cut off so that we can actually hear it on the podcast.
It's not getting cut off anymore.
Just wanted
We're good.
to say I really love your guys' podcast. It's the KoperCrabb Podcast is a part of my weekly rotation, and I just find myself laughing hysterically, like just to myself even whenever I'm listening. There's so many funny moments.
That's a good thing.
My question,
That's a great thing.
I guess I've been thinking about this a lot from a songwriting perspective, just wondering if, as a band, either in NPLs or like other projects, have you ever like written parts into a song that you didn't think, or maybe that you weren't as like emotionally invested as other parts of a song, but you just put it in there anyway because you thought, I don't know, maybe the song just had to get done, or there was some other, or you weren't like necessarily trying to find the greatest, most, artistically innovative idea. It was just something to get in there to keep the, progress going. I'm just kind of curious about that. Would be also be interesting if one of those parts like ever ended up actually like on a record, and then maybe the fans liked it more than you thought they would or something. But anyway, really enjoying the podcast and enjoying this whole Golden Lobster hotline. This is a great idea. All right, bye.
Shout out.
The Golden Lobster idea hotline is a great idea.
It's a hit.
How about that?
It's a hit.
Yeah.
Naveen came up with it. Dude, that happens all the time. Like, I'm not going to say, I don't know how to say it. Naveen is very good. I think that this is why you write so many songs, because you literally never throw out riffs. You just write.
I'm too confident.
But I think that can be a good thing, because the opposite of that is questioning every single riff that you write, like to the point that you don't get anything out.
Yeah.
So, of course, riffs like that end up on the final product.
I'm not gonna say that I'm like, yeah, everything I write is the best. I mean, I think I try to write by feel, and I try to make sure that it feels good. Mm-hmm. And if it feels good, then let's keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes things. I would say that I don't force things. If it's not gonna work, then let's just not do it.
You definitely don't force anything. However, I think that you're very good at just like riffing and not overanalyzing every single riff that you write. Some riffs.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Some riffs don't end up on an album.
Yeah,
for sure. You've got a lot of riffs that like I've enjoyed that haven't actually fit on an album yet. But
I know there's a lot of those.
Something that I think is really cool that you do is that you save every single riff that you write, and it's not a matter of whether or not you like emotionally resonate with the riff. It's a matter of whether or not it fits in a song.
That's right. You got to find the spot for it.
If there's
no spot for it, then yeah, it's just not going to work.
But also, it's like just get the song written, and all of those decisions can be made in like the like tracking stage and not demoing stage. There are parts on the album that we're going to release next that weren't as long as they are on the actual album. Like there are parts that were like, all right, we need to actually take that part ×2 because it needs like, it requires an epic vocal part. There are parts that we've cut out.
We're like, we want to do a solo and then a vocal part and then,
So I think that sometimes, especially with like the person who's writing the initial song, you can get a little caught up in those type of things. I think it's important to demo out everything that you come up with. And parts will like find their way out of a song over time.
Yeah.
I think that that's an important part of writing like a technical metal part is having those parts in your song and then analyzing them over time. Like, does this actually fit in the song? Does this add to the song? And if it doesn't add to the song, then you need to maybe rewrite it. But don't like question yourself from the very start, because that's how you end writing a song.
Yeah. I mean, I try to keep it fresh where it's going off of a flow.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing to do.
Dude, just keep it in the flow state.
Let's just keep flowing. And if it's not flowing, that's fine. And here's how I always get through a non-flow. I just play like the last riff that I wrote. I'll just like play it. Like I have a riff that I've written for Entheos that I wrote before we went on tour. And I haven't really thought of anything to come after it. And I just like play it every day.
Totally.
For a little while. And like eventually I'm gonna jump into the next part. You know? That's gonna be sick.
You know, it's also cool is just writing with other aspects of the band in mind too. So if you have a bunch of parts, then demo out vocals.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of see what works and what doesn't. Because something that can keep flow going is vocals. Like sometimes there are guitar parts that might not seem like they work together, but once you get the vocals in there, it flows perfectly. Like maybe it's a pause. Maybe it's a part where you're going to have like a huge vocal like part and then it breaks into the next part. And I think that a lot of shit can get written off right away just as a guitar part that it actually shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree. Like have that full frame in mind.
Yeah.
And I usually try to do that. I'll be like, you know, this riff sounds kind of stupid, but when there's a solo on it, it's going to sound sick.
Exactly.
Or when there's a fretless bass solo over this weird acoustic guitar thing, it's going to sound sick.
Yeah.
Talking about the new album, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Or when there's like a vocal melody on this part, it's gonna It's going to make sense.
Oh, okay. I know which call you're talking about now.
Which what?
I missed a call. No, it's a text.
No, it's a call. I'll play it. I think honestly, let your stream flow when you're writing.
Getting that flow
Some
state.
parts you won't really like, and some parts you will. Dude, you're not gonna like every single thing that you ever write. And I will be honest with you, some of the Entheos songs that I'm like, I could go without playing that ever again, are some of the songs that I get asked about the most.
That's true, yeah. And to the second part of his question, that is definitely true. And I remember that
all
more
the time.
so back. Like when I was in Animosity and stuff, we'd write a song and I'd be like, God, this song sucks.
You know what song?
And it'd be the most popular song like on the album.
Dude, Bad Chemicals off of the Infinite Nothing. Not my favorite Entheos song at all. I don't.
Is that dun 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 dun? Yeah. Should play that.
Not my favorite song. I get asked about that song all the time. Why don't you
we
play
should jam that song, bro?
it's not my favorite at all. Here's the message that you
goofed. Hold on a second. Let me see if it's in here.
It is. It's Abby.
Goofed it. No, she texted.
No, she has a voice call 6 days ago.
Oh, damn.
Do you see it?
No. I see that she texted.
Nope. Oh, it's a text. No, it says voice.
Okay. You want to play it into the mic, or you want me to?
I don't know if I can pull it.
It's
up.
not in here. So.
1 second.
Are you sure it's not a text?
Yep. Wait.
Okay. It's text.
Wow, it didn't show up. It says voice, but I'm just gonna read it. It's not showing up in our voicemails.
Abby from Wyoming.
Yeah.
Follow up. It's a text.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, Cheney and Naveen, Abby from Wyoming here.
Yeah,
Thanks for playing my call on the last pod. Eager to hear how the weed yoga sesh goes. You guys totally nailed it. I smoke the real stuff from Colorado, but dabble with Delta 8 also. There we go.
Dabble, quote unquote.
I find that Delta doesn't make me as introspective or paranoid, which I totally
Very true.
agree.
That's why I like
Also, just
Delta
wanted
8.
to mention that my try it out at the end of the call was a Your Mom's House reference, but it didn't. I totally know the reference, and that's hilarious that we didn't catch it. I don't remember even saying try it out. I look forward to Wednesdays because of y'all and plan on buying a KoperCrabb shirt after finding out they exist.
Yeah,
because,
dude,
guys.
we don't
See
hype the shirts enough, and the shirt designs are sick.
It's because you never wear
Domination, Crab Nation, dude. You've got fucking...
We've got Hammer Smash Crab.
Hammer Smash Crab. Here, Shane, show that one off real quick.
Nirvana Crab.
Look at that shit. It's literally Hammer Smash
My
face,
friend
but
Matt
made into
Graves.
a KoperCrabb
My friend Matt
shirt.
Graves made all of these.
And then you've got Nirvana, Crab Vanna, dude.
I've known Matt.
Come on, dude.
Matt was in my first band that I ever had. Guitar player.
These shirt designs are sick.
So yeah, we do. Shout out Abby. Dude, thanks for texting in.
So I did text her back, and I said I did do the weed yoga sesh. Believe it or not.
You texted her back?
Yeah, I was like,
that's awesome.
I actually did hit the weed and then drop into a yoga thing, and it was a good time.
Dude.
And it was also outside, and it was like 100 degrees outside.
Yeah,
so
it's been really
intense.
hot lately. Every time we let our cats outside, and every time Pappy comes inside, he like drops to the floor.
Like you let him in,
It's
and then
hilarious.
as soon as he walks in the door, he drops down because the floor is like cold.
And believe me, we don't force him to go outside. He forces his way outside. He meows until he gets out there.
Yeah, he's probably doing it right now.
All right, so we've got a question as well. How far are we into the podcast right now, Naveen?
140.
Damn! Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a long one.
This is the longest one yet.
That's just me and you, yeah. Usually, if there's a guest, we'll go 2-3 hours. But if
Yeah.
it's just you and I, we're kind of like an hour. All right, we did our job.
All right, Justin Allen wrote in. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It's pretty late at night. It's about 9:53.
And we're blowing it. This thing is coming out
I've
late.
been seeing articles about big name bands and artists complaining about the rise of streaming and how it's hurting the music industry. On the other hand, I was listening to Zach Wild's podcast, and he thinks that streaming and social media are good things for new artists, basically comparing it to getting out, putting up posters, and talking to venues. So I was wondering your thoughts on the subject as a smaller band. Golden Lobster for fucking life, Justin says.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I love this guy.
GL4L.
Because he's a real golden lobster. Chenny, I'm going to go ahead and take this question. Okay.
Go for it.
All right, you ready for this?
Yes.
How is it not a good thing?
I know. Please.
No, dude, it's better when you have to roll around on your skateboard and you have to fucking staple a flyer on a fucking telephone pole. Give me a break,
so much better
dude.
to pass out EPs out of the back of your car.
That's way better.
You
know what I'm gonna do? Print a bunch of handbills at fucking Kinko's and like hand them to 50 people, and they're gonna throw them in the fucking trash.
Here's the thing.
Obviously, it's better. Duh.
Here's the thing. Before streaming, like people actually had to buy your record in order to hear it. With streaming, your record can be pushed without anyone having ever heard of your band.
Yeah.
And it's not at a live show. So if you guys don't know how like how tours work, you have to get asked to go on a tour. And bands who are smaller don't a lot of the time get asked to go on national tours, because national tours get booked based upon whether or not a band knows you, if they're friends with you,
there's a few factors.
If you sell a lot of records, I guess back in the day that would have been a thing. There are a few factors, but now the Spotify algorithm can push your band into people's faces who would never have heard of you anyway. They may not have gone to a show. They may not have heard of you on Bandcamp. They may not follow your record label, but they could hear you on like the new release radar.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I do not know how streaming is a bad thing. I get it. Like people are not making
we never made money off of fucking
you guys,
album
we
sales,
don't
dude.
make money off of album sales.
Like,
here's the thing.
Metal bands never did.
Yeah,
dude.
we
It
don't
never happened.
make money off of album sales. The
Live, if you're selling them at a show,
then you make
then
money.
we're gonna make money. But getting like some royalty check, it's like even best case scenario, I get a royalty check for like a few grand.
Dude,
okay, it's a few grand. Who gives a shit?
The best case scenario for like huge death metal bands was selling like maybe 10,000 in a week or something. I think that I've heard of metal bands getting up to 20,000 sales their first week with CDs. But in the grand scheme of things, like as far as pop music is concerned, people who are selling hundreds of thousands of albums in their first week, we cannot compete.
Oh.
So for us, I think that who the record sales thing actually matters for is like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's who is complaining, like should be complaining about it. For us, we don't make anything off of CDs, no matter which way you spin it. It's good for us that people can download our records off of the internet.
100%.
And
another thing
even
is,
with that, sorry to interrupt you, but in order for us to sell a CD, hate to break it to everyone, but our record label is making most of the money off of each CD sold. Yeah. So I'll just throw out a figure. I remember it cost us in the past, I think it was maybe $6 a unit or totally. $5 a unit to buy a CD from our record label.
And that's not just us. That's across the freaking board. We're spilling the beans right now.
That's across the board. It would cost us that much to actually print a CD. And I know this because we own Primal. We own our Primal EP. For us to pay for that, it was like 90 cents a unit. So that means that we're, as a band, getting charged $5 or $6 per unit from our record label. And yes, that money does go to pay back like, you know, an advance that you're getting or any of that shit. Yeah. But a record label, no matter what, past an advance, they're still taking money off the top because that's how they make money.
Yeah, and that's fine. They are invested. They spent money, and they're getting their money back.
They're giving you PR, or they're giving you like, you know, you're getting all of that shit.
The point that we're trying to make is that no matter how you slice it, metal bands aren't making enough sales on CDs to make a living.
You know what? Actually,
and they never have been.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, it's bad for labels. Like the Spotify thing is bad for labels because less CDs sell, and that's not good for the label. But for me, when I find out about bands and I like them, I try to go online and buy something. I'm buying a vinyl. I'm buying a fucking shirt or something. That's the best thing you can do.
And I think
you can do it from the band's label. get yourself something, and everybody's happy. That's the best thing to do.
I think that diehard fans are always going to purchase music. Naveen and I have an extensive vinyl collection, and that's not going to stop. The people who like to collect music are never going to stop collecting music. But what really does help a band, like the way that we make money, is T-shirts.
Yeah, T-shirts.
Bands are traveling T-shirt and, whatever else they have on their table, but T-shirts are the general
Or
thing.
hit up their big cartel. Hit up their Bandcamp.
Anything
hit up their
except
fucking
for
label store.
Music is not the thing that's making us a ton of money. What's great about Spotify and YouTube is the exposure that we get
100%.
through that. And that's kind of the name of the game with that stuff is you want exposure. And Spotify plays will have to do that, will determine whether or not you're getting like a tour offer. Because a lot of those people, a lot of booking agents are looking at Spotify plays. Well, they only have this many. And people buy Spotify plays. That's just how it all goes. But T-shirts and actually playing shows, that's how we make money. The the Spotify thing only makes metal bigger.
Dude,
it helps us get
case in
plays.
point, look at metal tours now.
Yeah.
They're bigger than ever.
They really are.
Dude, there wasn't 1,000 people at a fucking metal show when I was a kid. Are you kidding me? I saw a Dying Fetus in front of like 15 people.
Yeah.
Maybe between
Me
15
too.
and 40.
Dude, I've seen Dying Fetus in front of 15 people.
That was
I've
20
seen
years
Origin
ago, but
in
whatever.
front of 15 people.
Yeah.
All of these bands draw better now, and a huge reason is because of the internet, because of Spotify, Apple Music, all of Tidal, all of that shit. It's a good thing for the underground, I think.
It totally is.
I think, because metal is more populated than ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, you can't find me complaining about Spotify.
That's why there's a bunch of people there. We saw on our last tour with Archspire shows with 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Pushing 1,000. Come on, dude.
I know.
1,000 fucking people.
And
that's insane.
It's because of the internet, man.
Yeah.
It's really because of the internet. So when you hear people complaining about the album sales and wanting their money and all of that stuff, I don't think it applies to us. I don't think it applies to bands like us, because that helps us become bigger bands.
Yeah. And the ones that are figuring out a way to do it, they're fucking killing it.
They really
like
are.
your Archspire, like Whitechapel, like all these bands that are a little bit bigger, they're using it to their advantage.
Absolutely.
They're not fucking sitting around complaining about it.
That's what I think the name of the game is with technology. Like, people will talk shit about TikTok. I remember when people talked shit about YouTube playthroughs. I remember so many people thinking that putting up a playthrough on YouTube was whack as fuck back in 2010. Now look at all the people who decided to not talk shit about that new technology and just kind of went with it. They're thriving.
Yeah.
And that really, like, when new avenues of promotion come around, I think it's really important to not like become an old jaded head and turn your nose up at that shit and say, fuck that. I can't believe that like these people are they're doing these whack ass YouTube, TikTok videos now. Don't become that person. Just find a way to make it be your thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Naveen and I don't make funny TikTok videos. We just post the same shit there that we would post to Instagram. And some of our TikTok videos have millions of views on them.
Yeah.
Just, you kind of have to like...
Just do your thing. Establish what I do, and I'm going to do it everywhere, and I don't even care.
But also just like go along with the new technology that comes out. Yeah. It's not as stupid as you think it is. It's all a promotional tool, and it's all about how you use it. You do not have to be the person on TikTok that's making dumb videos. No. Or the person on YouTube who's like doing this dumb thing. You use it to your advantage, man. Don't turn your nose up at any of that stuff, because all that it is a way for you to help yourself be in a position that you want to be in.
100%.
And that's it. And that's all she wrote.
All right. I think that's going to wrap things up for us today.
100th episode.
100th episode in the fucking bank.
All right. We fucking love you guys. Thank you so much. Here's to 100 more.
All right. We'll see you motherfuckers next week.
Much love.
Peace.
KoperCrabb out.
What a good theme song.